Hey there, this is LA Calling, and you're watching Brutally Delicious with Bruce Moore.
Welcome to Brutally Delicious. I'm Bruce Moore. Today we've got a great show in store for you. We're going to be joined by the guys in Manamana. If you stay tuned, we're going to see what they have cooked up for us today. Hey, welcome guys. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you. Hey, what do you got cooked up for us today?
We are doing Manamana's world famous stick to your ribs because musicians can only eat but once a week chicken dip.
Okay. If you're ready, we can go ahead and get started. And while we're cooking, if you don't mind, I'll just grill you with some questions and give fans a chance to get to know you, and we'll go from there.
Very cool. I like the cooking lingo there. Grilling us.
Yeah, throwing all those cooking lingos wherever I can, for sure. So, what are we going to get started with? We're going to cut the chicken first?
Yes.
All right. I'll let you do that.
Cool.
And
get all prepped here.
Must have.
Nice.
Good steady hands, you know. All right. What I like to start with is about 5 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless. Generally, you know, wash, devein, that whole thing.
Okay.
Just because, yeah, I don't like the chewiness of the bone.
No, absolutely.
And the inspiration for it was, I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. These guys are from Cleveland, Ohio area. I basically grew up with, you know, chicken wings and blue cheese in my veins. So
absolutely.
There's that. But yeah, just take a chicken breast, any old ordinary chicken breast, and you want to cut chunks of it about maybe a ½ inch to an inch. Just whatever the size. It's going to be something that you scoop later on. So
perfect. So while you're cutting, you guys are currently on the road right now, right?
Absolutely.
How's that going?
It's rough, but wouldn't trade a minute of it.
Really?
Love it. Love every minute.
I understand you've been on the road since January.
Absolutely. It's been a great adventure so far.
Has it been good responses from the crowds?
Yeah, it's been good, and I mean, seeing parts of the country we have never seen before.
Right. And you guys are sort of doing this, if I read correctly, on a sort of DIY basis, right?
Absolutely.
How's that work out? Is it pretty rough?
It's a challenge, but it's fun.
Yeah, at first it was, you know, all right, call the clubs, send them messages, no response. All right, let's do the old thing, call them 10 times.
You're doing all the booking yourself too?
We've got a manager that's definitely helping us out and steered us, giving us the right direction. Okay, this is how you go about doing stuff.
Right.
So, you know, it's gotten a lot easier after the first, I'd say, month or so. We've got the groove of it, and like, all right, they're talking to us, they like what we're saying. They're actually bringing us in there and giving us the crowds, giving us some good bands to share the stage with, some awesome bands to share the stage with, and just having a good time doing it.
Okay, well, I'm going to jump ahead. I have this for a later on question, but are there any stories or strange stories? I would keep PG-13 because I know there's a bunch of we're on TV.
There's plenty of
stories.
stories.
Let's go PG-13. Do you have any strange or odd stories you could share with us?
There's a couple, probably.
Yeah.
You're on the spot.
Yeah, right. I'm on the spot. I'll take the spot. Just meeting some of the bands that we've come across with some guys like Kamikaze Angel in Portland. There's a band called Finer out of Indianapolis. And just the friends you make, you know, the same people trying to do the same stuff. Not to mention, you know, some of our friends from the Carolinas, Culprit Strain and some other guys. And just
so like a camaraderie sort of thing going on?
Absolutely, you know, just playing the live music and getting out there and entertaining people, having a blast.
Do you guys find you playing with a lot of those guys in different places? Do you meet up with them along the way, or?
Sometimes you see like bands that we've crossed paths with, and they just played at a place we were playing at, or they're playing a week or two later.
Yeah, so we're almost on the same circuit and everything.
Right. Okay. All right. So while you're still cutting there, I gotta ask you. I'm sure you get to ask 100 million times a day, but what's the story behind the name of the band?
Well, the short long or the long short of it, however you want to look at it. This band really was kind of a fluke. We should not be where we are right now, to be perfectly bluntly honest. Bobcat and I were in a band a while back, and that band was scheduled for a gig at a local show in our area of the Carolinas. And 4 days before, the band had to pull out because one of the members' siblings passed away. So we're like, well, you know, we don't want to lose the gig. Let's just throw something together. Had, what, 2 practices within 3 days. Opened up the show, and we sounded awful. It was horrible.
But it looked great.
But it looked great, and everyone loved it, and the booking agent wanted us back, and
Just because of the energy of our show.
right. And when we were still tossing up a band name by the second gig, and we talked to our friend who booked us and everything, Sweet Pete, and he's like, "You guys are Manamana. You look like a bunch of Muppets just jumping around up there, and the energy and everything." So. Like, yeah, what the heck, it sticks, and, people seem to love it. Anytime you meet somebody and they're like, how do you say the name? Manamana, Manamana? No, not mayonnaise. It's Manamana.
Right.
And then they're like, wait a minute, and then you start singing the
And
song.
that sticks in the head for sure.
It sticks, so it's worked so far,
Okay. I know you guys released your EP back in January, Prelude to a Party.
Yes.
Now that it's complete, how do you feel about it? Are you satisfied with the outcome?
Absolutely. I had recorded at Dysfunctional Records in North Carolina. Very comfortable studio to work with. Tracy is the best. Couldn't ask for more, and not too long it will be before the whole Prep Party on Wheels album is released.
Well, you have a release date for that?
We don't have a release date. Or we don't have a release date yet, right? Let's see. We don't have a release date for it yet. It should be out later this summer. Hoping August, sometime, maybe late August.
With all the touring you guys do, how do you go about writing? You write in the...
Just on the road, and
Really?
in the van down by the river.
Do you guys all write together, or is it more the effort to one particular member of the band?
A combination.
Well, with guitars, one of us will have a riff, and Paul here does play a little bit of guitar as well as drums. But all right, we'll try this, try that, do this, do that, and one of us will throw out some lyric ideas, and it's a collaboration more so than when it first started. Like Paul said, I had my ideas or I had some songs previously. Let's expand on those, let's write some new stuff, and the collaborations are, I'm almost sorry to say because I wrote the old stuff, but I think a little better than my old material.
So I know you guys are a high energy sort of band, so do you guys write with the live setting in mind, and how the song's going to come across on stage, or writing a song for the song's sake?
It has to be, you have to write it so you can perform it, the way we look at it, whatever we put down in the studio, we want to be able to reproduce to the best of our ability on the stage,
Right.
We want to give the fans what you're trying to do, and it has to be, it doesn't always have to be up-tempo per se, but the feeling and the drive has to be.
And you're a three-piece, so that makes it even more challenging, I assume, right?
Yeah. Without a bass player, these two play guitar and on drums, and we all sing. So it's like, just for the lack of a better term, balls to the wall. Every show, it doesn't matter how tired you are or anything. You just got to go out there and hit the mark and hope that the crowd responds and it sounds good and everything. With the sound guy, working the knobs and everything.
And that's an interesting thing as well, because you don't see too many bands playing without a bass player.
It is. I'm at a cross being a drummer. It's another mouth to feed, sure, but it is nice to have on the occasion to have the bass.
Yeah.
But these guys turn up their low end of guitars, and it fills it out. You really couldn't tell any difference between having a bass or not,
Right.
other than just another body on stage running around. So
Okay. And I see you're almost done
almost there. Yeah.
here. Set it away for you.
Pardon me.
What's going to be the next step here?
The next step, we're going to transfer all of these chicken chunks, which I believe the French call it, to be all proper, into a frying pan. We're going to fry them up pretty much till they're golden brown, get a little bit of crisp to them on a medium to medium high heat.
Okay. So we're going to turn this on, what, medium high?
Medium to medium high, somewhere in there, just to get it, good and hot, and where the chicken's going to fry up
I'm
very
going to do
quickly.
the honors. Got a little bit of vegetable oil here.
I now declare this bridge open.
Put that right on in there.
Get a good coating of oil on the the bottom of the pan.
All Right.
And then we just throw or scrape all of the chicken
Drop it
in.
like it's hot.
You drop it like it's hot. Indeed.
Nice.
It's okay if it sticks together at all. As you're cooking through it, you can chop up any of the couples here.
And you're just gonna cook that till it gets brown. Are we cooking it all the way through, or just so because you're gonna bake it later, right?
More or less, yeah. The baking part later is more for just to consolidate all the flavors. And
Okay. So the chicken's nice and brown.
it's getting there. We're pretty close though.
We need to preheat the oven too, probably, right?
Yes, we do. 375 is good.
All right.
If you're ever in a pinch and you're making this dish, you can always bump it up to 400. Like we were talking about earlier, you know, it's just to put everything together and, you know, have the flavors baked through.
Right.
That whole thing. So.
And then that's gonna go in this glass bowl here.
Yes. And I believe Bobcat can do the honors.
My favorite part of this, mixing the old cream cheese, good sir, and the hot sauce. And the first time Paul actually let me do
That's
this,
a lot of hot sauce.
That's a lot of hot sauce.
first time he let me do this, I pretty much did that, but it turned out great.
So for those that are following us at home, that was 2 8-ounce bars of regular old cream cheese
Yes.
and a whole buttload of hot sauce. And you can use any hot sauce you want.
Yeah, depending on your preference of taste, you like it really hot and spicy with the hottest stuff you can, or if you just like it a little bit mild, that'll suit you.
And I imagine this carried you up on the road. You'd be sitting in the van next to everybody else.
Well, you know, we started our tour up north in the winter, so we needed to keep warm.
Right.
This stuff definitely helped that out.
I'm thinking that'll light you up.
Oh yes. And you know, it saves you on gas for the truck. You just go straight to the gas.
Right.
I will say this, that is more hot sauce than I would put in, but it is like anything in cooking, an experiment and
Right.
give it to taste. So.
And I'm standing a good foot away from the 2 feet away from I can smell that pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm used to him having the 3 bars, so this is probably the right amount for that, for the extra bars. Yes.
All right, so while you're still doing this, we got a couple more for you.
All right.
How does it make you feel when the energy and the power you envisioned when writing the song comes to life in front of a crowd? It's a great big payoff.
It is
amazing.
Yeah, you can't really, you can't foresee sometimes what it's going to be. We'll go in and it's like, oh, this song's kind of good. Everybody else is 150% behind it. And I might be like, well, nah, that's good, but you know, these guys are all in, so I'm going to be all in. And you just get in front of the crowd and they just take a hold of it. And,
Right.
you know, that high that you get from the energy from the crowd, I mean, it'll make a song that you might have been, well, I'm not sure about your favorite real quick.
Right.
You know, they'll start singing along within a time or two of seeing it. Turn the microphone around. You guys know these words better than I do, not really.
Right. Dare I say it's even better than sex. Just the euphoria to get, you know, see it, someone, you know, the first time you play it or the millionth time, or the millionth time you play it, and you see them singing the lyrics back to you and just, you know, headbanging, you know, pumping their fists, whatever they're doing, you know, pieces of meat flying out of their throat because they're so excited.
Right.
Man, it's great. Keeps me coming back.
So you, I know you guys have been on the road since January. Have you been back to the same venue yet?
A couple times.
So you get like a bunch of people who've seen you come back out then?
Yeah.
The following, of course?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, you make a couple friends and you're like, hey, we'll be back, or, you know, we get the emails mailing list, or
Right.
hit them up on the Facebooks and stuff. And sometimes like, oh yeah, you guys are great. Next time you roll through, maybe not, but we've had some pretty good return where the people just come back and as you just said, they've learned the words
Right.
of the songs. And
Some of them even made up their own dances for them.
Really?
oh yeah.
What do you do now? We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna dump that in there.
Take our lovely fried up chicken.
Stand back, yeah.
And now this is the most dangerous part, but it's okay. I am a professional. Bobcat, if you would slowly stir the cream cheese hot sauce
Absolutely. As my sinuses are getting clear.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
smell it all over here
I
as well.
can breathe again.
Right.
And you just dump it all in. Obviously, be careful. You don't want to, you know, fry your hand or anything.
So we're doing 3D TV, but smell-o-vision would be great for this sort of thing.
Out of all the technology out there, they haven't perfected that yet.
Then again, that might be a good thing.
Probably is, yeah.
But, you know, I mean, when it comes to cooking shows, not just this one, but any cooking show in general, it'd be kind of cool to be able to,
That's true.
Oh,
to
yeah.
catch a whiff of this at home, because it's pretty amazing.
Right.
And once that's all mixed up, we're gonna go ahead and throw it in a casserole dish of sorts.
Yep. Yeah, whatever baking dish you have, casserole dish. As long as it's a good deep one like this. No, it's good though. It'll go larger.
Oh, there you go, man. You guys
I know. Actually, what
you want to do something?
I know scientists
Almost all over the floor there.
Oh no, we're good.
Yeah,
This is
nice and slow.
where I excel.
I'm not a scientist or
We did it,
anything,
though.
but I think that, you know, some of the heat from the hot sauce is baked out when it's put in the oven too.
Oh, yeah.
So if you do happen to make this dish and you put what you think is too much hot sauce in, it's not a travesty. You know, it's a big experiment.
Right. It might look like a soup or a stew, right?
Kind of like this, yeah.
But
it's
One of the other great things about this dish is, you know, this is a simple version. If you wanted to, you know, jazz it up with anything, you can add your onions or your bacon.
Oh,
Everybody loves
baking
bacon.
goes with everything, right?
Absolutely.
Especially now, everyone
That's
has a
crazy,
fetish
right?
for
I
that
mean,
stuff.
I took
you
my
know?
son out to, I won't mention the name of the place, but just to get a milkshake last night. And they have peanut butter bacon milkshakes at a popular chain restaurant.
wow.
I don't know if I could do
Sundays
that. I like
or
bacon,
that.
but
Yeah, we found some bacon brownie Sundays at different chain restaurants,
Right.
and it's just everyone's gaga for bacon. I can't blame them, but it's like I thought
I
we
think
were
maybe
getting healthy now.
extreme.
Right.
Yeah.
but some of it I think is a little extreme. Now let me ask you a quick question before we carry on with that. You guys are on the road all the time. Do you get a chance to check out like really cool places to eat, or?
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
When the gig pays well enough.
Right.
When it is, well, yeah, and then again, if, you know, we don't have to hurry up and we have 3 or 4 nights in a
Right.
row, okay, sorry, we don't have a chance to sit down and eat.
Right.
You know,
But I would imagine like in some of these off-the-wall places you find like a cool little food truck or something.
Yeah. The mom and pop places are always
Right.
the best.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
I mean,
Or the NYC street meat, you know, the falafels
Oh,
and stuff
yeah.
like that too, you can't go wrong with.
although there is one stink that we have, and we've been to Portland, Maine twice, and we're looking for that mythical stand that serves the 99-cent lobster
Right.
that is fresh out of the ocean, cut up, cooked up, whatever, and then just served on a platter. Haven't found it.
I've never been up that far. So lobster's not everywhere?
Hey, oh,
Or it is, it's just
everywhere.
expensive
It's
still.
still expensive,
But-
yes.
yeah,
Actually, up there, we've been told by numerous people that the best lobster to get is at a gas station convenience store, rather than going to a restaurant, because they're like, oh, it comes straight from the ocean, straight from the water
Right
into
to
the
the
gas
market.
station, into
Right.
the frying, or not frying pan.
That's a
the
weird,
boiling water.
sort of thing, having
Yeah.
lobster
Right.
at a gas station.
Not
It
like
makes
the
you think
bodegas
twice,
used
you
to.
know.
Right?
But like we said, some of those places, don't look the best. It's a food truck, it's whatever. But some
Well,
of the
it's a
places have
grease
the most
spoon, but it's
off-the-wall
the best
food you
stuff
could ever
ever.
have. Yeah. All right, cool. So what's the next step?
All right, after you put the concoction, the chicken concoction in the baking dish, you want to, level it out if it hasn't already.
Okay.
And then what we do is we take a
I do.
fine, sharp cheddar cheese, preferably shredded, or you really want to go the extra mile and get a brick and shred it yourself. But you just want to pretty much cake it on, spread it evenly across.
So this is cheese overload.
Yes, oh yeah. Everything that is possibly bad for you in the food realm is in this dish. But like I said, it sticks to your ribs and it's not too bad.
Chicken's kind of good for you.
Yeah, with all this
But I
lard
think
and
it's getting
stuff.
negated by all the other stuff.
Right.
I would definitely like to mention a couple of our sponsors, one of which he is wearing a t-shirt for, Flipside. And we have our sponsor by Intune Guitar Picks.
Come see us at a show, we might flip one at you.
Awesome.
Straight from our mouths, spat out.
Some of the merch we get, we have a sponsorship with Wild Indigo Jewelry. Makes earrings for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool. And you can find those online. What about you guys? You guys have a pretty big online presence as well, right?
Absolutely. It's
People at home can find you. Facebook.
at Facebook / or whichever way it is. Manamana, the number 42. Also,
the best way to actually find all of our social network and media sites is to go to our website. www.manamana.org. MANAMANA, one word, .org.
Okay. And I understand also that you guys are pretty active with your fan base as well, right?
We interact as much and as often as possible. It's a wonderful world of the smartphone.
Yeah.
Keeps you connected.
So for those out there that want to find more about you, they can actually be talking to you or getting responses from you guys as well while they're out there. And they can pick up music there as well.
You can pick up music, see videos, see all of our blogs and vlogs, you know, of us on the road on tour, all the crazy, zany things that happen. So we'll try to keep in touch as much as we can.
Perfect. So now that's ready to go into the oven?
This is ready to go. If we have some foil around here, yeah, after you get all the cheese and everything set, leveled out as best you can. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect or neat. This is cooking after all. You want a piece of foil to just cover the top of the baking dish, as so. Sprinkle it up. And we pop her in the oven.
Do the honors? What are we looking at about?
We want it in there for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on how thick of a cut of chicken and how big of a dish you've made.
And how much hot sauce is in there?
How much hot sauce is in there. That way everything bakes through real well and it consolidates and it'll be yummy.
All right, so while we're waiting for that to finish cooking, if you were a superhero, who would it be and why?
I'd have to say Batman, because he doesn't.
Still yours?
Both ours.
Wait.
Well, I mean, he is just the ultimate superhero. He's a real guy. Yeah, he has a lot of money and all that. Had a tragedy and has to deal with the Joker and Penguin, all them. But I mean, he's a real guy. He's not like he was just given a gift of super strength or something, become the Thing or whatever. So I'd say Batman.
Okay.
Since Batman is already been taken, I would have to say possibly Beast, because he's super intelligent,
Right.
So, and he's super strong. That's basically him.
Brains
And he's
and
blue.
bronze.
Go from nice bright white to nice pretty blue.
I'd probably have to go with Spider-Man. Just the struggle of being the little nerdy Peter Parker, but he's ultimate. I mean, you can't. Spider-Man's the best. I mean, everybody loves Batman, including myself. But the guy can climb walls and leap and everything. His only challenge really is Hulk. Otherwise, Spider-Man.
And MJ's not too bad either.
MJ's kind of good. And Peter Parker finds a way to get the women. So
I've always been a fan of the Wonder Twins. Remember those guys?
Oh wow!
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next for you guys?
Well, we actually have a nationwide contest going on for female models 21 years of age and older. We are searching for our new Manamana girl, someone to go out, help us promote, be a face, be on the flyers, be in the music videos.
Do some modeling with our fabulous merchandise.
It's the Manamana Girls model search contest. It's only for the continental U.S. though.
Okay, and if people are interested, anybody at home watching, have the website? Is that where
you can go on the website, wait a few seconds, and we have a nifty little pop-up that just blasts you right in the face, so you can't miss it. Make sure you read through all the rules, regulations, and...
Is there a deadline?
There isn't a deadline to enter. Well, once the first round is done. The first round should be starting, I believe it's in July?
Yes, July.
Okay, so by the time this gets out live, they'll have time to still get it.
Yes, and the winner will get $1,000 grand prize, along with being in our first video after the completion of the contest. And I think it's a minimum of 3 photo shoots.
Yep. And an offered paid job with Manamana.
Perfect. All right, so we're getting ready to take it out now. It's been about 35, 40 minutes or so.
Nice and hot. It should be nice and gooey when we take it out of the foil.
And you can smell it in here.
Right. Smells so pretty.
It smells pretty good. Get the unravel here.
All right. Drum roll, please.
Not bad for a guitar player.
All right. Now, this isn't actually the last. There is one more step. If I could get a fork or spoon spatula.
Will that work for you?
Perfect. And no technique involved, just stir and go.
Wow. I know you probably can't smell that at home, but pretty amazing.
It is outstanding.
It's pretty hot too. I can smell it already.
Oh yeah.
So how are we serving this? We can serve this with chips, or I mean, you can do probably a bunch of different things, right?
Yeah,
Tortillas of some sort, maybe.
It works great with you know, those scoop chips that they have
Right.
out now because of the chicken chunks and everything.
Right.
Or you could use it or have it as a side dish or even a main meal. You know, depending on how you want to go with it. Usually, I like to let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes just to thicken up a little bit and cool off so you don't burn yourself, and then.
All right. So while it's sitting, then I'm gonna go ahead and grab the chips, and we'll join you all in a minute.
Perfect.
Outstanding.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start scooping.
That we are.
We got our chips set up.
Yep. Nothing too fancy about it. Just take a big glop and pour it on. Spread it on.
I can definitely see where this would be good Super Bowl or
Oh,
some
definitely.
kind of party, even like Cinco de Mayo sort of thing.
Yeah.
And
you go.
let's give the people at home a shot here.
Yes, indeed.
And I guess here's what the reason I do the whole show, besides meeting great people. We're gonna go ahead and give it a shot.
I think so.
Shall we?
Let's do it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Na zdrowie.
Salud.
Wow.
What do you
and
think?
spicy.
That's pretty fantastic.
You like it?
That's good stuff.
Thank you very much.
It's spicy, but it's not as bad as I thought with all that hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the cream cheese takes a little bit off.
Cream
Anyway,
cheese
thank
and
you guys
cheddar.
again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks for making the trip.
Anytime.
Likewise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For more about Manamana, come see us on our website at www.manamana.org, where you can get some lovely merch such as
This form-fitting tank top.
or our 3-song EP, Prelude to Party.
Perfect for the summer, of course. We have our nice toboggan beanie hats, monogrammed Manamana.
Of course.
And for the lovely ladies, from Wild Indigo Jewelry, we have the Manamana earrings.
They dangle.
Find it all at manamana.org.